Welcome to Cretoni Entertainment. I'm Chris.
I'm great.
And Bree just asked me if I put the transitions in the video, and I don't remember. We're going to find out as it goes.
Ah, damn it.
We're painting Dumpster from Marvel Crisis Protocol.
It's Dumpster. Do-do-do. It's Dumpster.
If you've been watching this series, whoa, dogs. If you've been watching our channel, you know dogs are a thing in our house.
Yeah.
They actually are real. It's not like small children or well, there are small
Goblins.
children too.
Gerblins.
It's not like there are weird people running around our house throwing things. It's dogs running around our house throwing things. But if you've been watching the series, you know I do the Vallejo paints for the Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures. So we are painting one of the dumpsters today, mostly because this week has been a dumpster fire in our family. In fact, this video, if you're watching it on the day of release, is going up about 6 hours later than I've been uploading videos. If you're not watching this on the day of release, that really doesn't matter to you.
You're like, oh, hey, this guy's talking about stuff.
But we're doing this in the comic book style, as we have been doing, and we're starting with this intermediate green from Vallejo. It's pretty thin. I am watering it down a little bit more because it's covering such a large flat surface. I did do 2 coats of this to get it to be where I wanted it to be, but we're starting off with this intermediate green because green dumpsters are a normal thing. There's another dumpster in this kit. I'm probably going to do it not green.
What green are you? What not green are you going to do it?
Something that has less of a mixture of blue and yellow.
I kind of hate you right now.
I know. What is that?
That's kind of awful. Bottom of the dumpster.
Bottom of the dumpster. Bottom of the dumpster. Hey. I don't think you'll ever read it. See it. So Carmine Red. There's this weird. I don't know what this is. Do you know what this is?
Let me see.
This is good radio. Here we go. It's like a bulldog thing.
Let me see.
I assume that has something to do with Marvel Comics. I don't know the logo though.
Is that Kingpin's?
Possibly. I mean, it seems like he'd be running a garbage thing.
I mean, he's a mobster, so
mobster. He's a mobster.
Wow.
He's a mobster who likes lobster.
I mean, he does.
So lobster was garbage food back in the day. Anyway, we painted this emblem red because, I mean, reasons. It's a nice contrasting color to green. Kind of pops out. And we did just black on the flappy thing?
Flappy thing?
What do you call that on top of a dump lid? It's not a lid on a dumpster, is it?
It is a lid.
Is it
yeah, you always have to put the lid back down.
We're going to call it the flapper girl.
It's
the dumpster's flapper girl. I think I have a problem with my Vallejo black. And I think it's this paint specifically. I think I got one.
Did it hurt you?
I think I got one that has too much mixing medium in it.
Oh, okay.
Because no matter what I do with my Vallejo black, no matter how much I shake it, it's coming out runny and it dries glossy. And I know it doesn't normally do that because I've worked with this exact color before. So I think it's this pop or bottle, dropper bottle, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly than that, lobster used to be a garbage food.
Lobster did used to be a garbage food.
So back in the day, lobster would be really, really easy to come by because you figure, especially in early America, most of the living was done by the sea, by the oceans, by waterways.
By the sea, by the beautiful sea.
Under the sea. That was... Sebastian was pretty racist depiction.
I
mean, you could say it was a different time. That doesn't make it less racist.
No.
Doesn't make it less racist. See how shiny it glows? Anyway, we're using the black gray that we've used a number of times. We're going to do that on the ridged, raised areas of the dumpster top hat.
Dumpster top hat? Yep.
And a little bit on the bars. So just a quick highlight of this. We don't want it to be everywhere. We're not going for realistic highlights. Again, we're doing the comic book style. But anyway, people would be living mostly by the oceans, and seafood was an incredibly important part of, living everywhere. It was, in Southeast Asia, obviously. A lot of African villages would take places on rivers or near the oceans. Same thing in Europe. Catching fish is a very common way to build civilization, mostly because inland travel was quite difficult before the age of the railroads. We've all played Oregon Trail, which is a 100% accurate depiction of what it was like to...
I fully believe that everybody fell off the back of a wagon train at some point in their life.
Also, in the time of the real Oregon Trail, everybody was made up of 7 pixels.
Well, that and the only way that you shot a deer was that you had to line it up and then be like, boop.
The resolution of life in 2021 is much better than the resolution of life in the 1800s. Anyway, so lobster was trash food because it's a bottom-feeding organism that nobody wanted to eat. So lobster was often reserved for prisoners and for poor people. And it wasn't really until trains and the homesteading brought Americans to the middle of the country that seafood, and specifically lobster, became much more of a luxury and became much more expensive, and now we see it as a high-end luxury food. So there's your Crotone history lesson of the day. It's related. It is related because Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster?
Is Rock Lobster a band?
No, Rock Lobster is a song by a band. This is Chris's hole in the music knowledge once again.
Hole in the music knowledge?
Hole in the music.
Scarlet Blood.
Gonna be the highlight for
just doing a highlight on the Bulldog.
So, okay, I've been, and this is why I've been slightly quiet, I've been doing some research to try to figure out if they were referencing something.
Because we research our videos in advance.
No. We research while we're recording, because that totally makes sense. And while there is a Bulldog in Marvel, as in Lockjaw, who is part of the Inhumans.
That's a terrible name, by the way, because that's a horrible affliction.
I know, Lockjaw, yeah, terrible, awful.
Hold on, before you lock your jaw, here's one of the fun parts.
Oh, what you doing?
Parasite Brown. Dumpsters need rusty corners.
Yes, they do.
So I just picked out some rando spotsos all around the dumpster, usually right where a raised area kind of makes a turn, like on these corners here, or on the raised area where it goes into a flat area. I just did some kind of uneven patches of brown, and I did this
our son does that too.
Yes, as you're an adult, all your patches of brown are even. So I just kind of did this all around the dumpster just to kind of create a rusting effect. We're going to touch base on this again as we go forward. So, Bree, tell us about Bulldogs.
So, no, I was just trying to see if there was something about it, because I thought, well, maybe it's Kingpin's logo, but it's not Kingpin's logo.
It's not Kingpin's logo?
It's not Kingpin's logo.
Oh, my God.
I hate you so bad. I'm trying to contribute some quality information to these posts of ours.
Want to lose all our viewers?
Oh, no.
I didn't like the Netflix Daredevil.
And you did not like the Netflix Daredevil. You
didn't like it either. I didn't like that they tried to humanize Kingpin.
I mean, you know what my thing is? I'm always ambivalent about Daredevil. I loved Rosario Dawson being in it, because I would pretty much watch her do anything.
I don't remember what she did in that show.
You never got to the episode where she even showed up.
I did, actually.
Oh, did you?
I don't remember what she did.
She's a nurse that helps out Daredevil heal his wounds when he comes home all beaten up, because a blind guy getting into a fight is still not a good idea.
I mean, anybody getting into a fight is not a good idea.
You're going to get hurt.
It's going to hurt. Into a fight. Don't go getting in fights. Anyway, I'm about to go to the next color. So quickly, tell us about the Bulldog.
And that was it. There's Lockjaw. But otherwise, I can't figure out if this was a reference or not.
Wow.
And nothing says it's a reference.
That was...
Yep, it's a disappointing...
That was a major dead end.
Yep. That's what I'm here for.
I'm going to call it Hydra's Bulldog.
It's Hydra. Hydra doesn't have a bulldog.
How do you know? Are you Hydra? Is that how you know? Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I got this gray. Forgot what it was called. It's on the camera. I think it's deep sea gray.
Deep sea gray?
Doing a little bit of this inside the brown rusty areas, because you're going to see a little bit of the regular metal on the dumpster.
Yep.
That's it. That's the method for getting rust.
There you go.
This is the method for rust. This is an easy model. It's going to look really good at the end.
Yes.
Surprisingly good for...
Wow. Wow, you've been drinking?
Yeah, that was some hiccup action going on there. It looks surprisingly good for a miniature that doesn't have... I know. What is that? For a miniature we didn't spend a lot of time on. I think my true paint time on this was 30 minutes. And
that's always good.
I think that's even exaggerated because you got to figure anytime I'm working with the camera, there's some manipulation involved as far as timing. It kind of makes things run a little bit longer.
And Chris has to check over, make sure he hasn't gone all crazy blurry. And
I just kind of look at it, and if it gets blurry, I move the model in and out. I don't actually try to correct anything in my life.
I mean...
These videos are a metaphor for my existence.
You just said like the most millennial thing ever, I think.
Just keep painting, just keep painting. I saw something about millennial culture earlier today, and it was pretty accurate. It's something to the effect of millennial culture is just buying yourself geeky stuff to make you happy while the world burns around you. I saw it on the Twitterverse. The image was posted by presumably not the original creator of the meme.
Oop, Liquitex.
Yeah, we're going to the black ink. And just kind of, like usual, the deepest recess is just painting this in there with a really fine brush. We want a lot of definition in this comic book style because we want it to pop.
Yep.
We want it to look like there's drawn lines that are colored in.
Yep.
rather than an actual painted model with smooth transitions. That's
That's what we're
similar
going
as
for.
always. So anyway, it was posted by somebody who presumably was not the original artist. So I don't remember those names usually. I know everybody says you should credit where you got something from, but if you're not the original source, I don't. It's not that I don't want to credit you. My brain just doesn't process it.
Right.
And that seems weird. I'm also really bad at remembering where I got something from. A lot of times I see something I enjoy and I forget where I saw it.
Yeah. That's actually my job usually, is to remember where.
That's not entirely intentional. It just happens sometimes. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
That made me come off as really bad. I didn't like Marvel's Daredevil on Netflix.
Nope.
I didn't care for it.
You actually, did you like any of the Marvel?
I didn't watch any of the other ones.
Did you not watch Jessica Jones?
I did not
at all?
watch Jessica Jones or Iron Fisting or Luke Cage. I didn't watch any of them. Or Punisher.
Or Punisher.
I watched enough Daredevil to decide I did not care for it, and I didn't go for it.
I liked Jessica Jones up until a point, and that point was no longer having David Tennant.
Well, one of my issues, and I know Jessica Jones is a little more out of this.
Yeah.
I know she's not as full powered as she is in the comics.
Yeah, no, they definitely toned her down.
I don't know. I think I'm at a point in my life where I'm not particularly interested in fully human superheroes. There's not enough time to explain what I mean by that because we're almost done.
Yeah.
Daredevil's fully human superhero. Spider-Man is not. He shoots weapons, sticks to walls. Batman is not because he fights like Two-Face. Yes, Two-Face is a human, but that's not like normal human stuff.
Yeah, but he's a human who got dropped into a vat of acid that sent amazing so that it split 2%. I mean, that's a whole thing.
Also, Batman is a superhero. He's not a human. He has a superpower. His superpowers can't lose. So we're drawing some of these lines on him to kind of give that artificial texture of the comic bookiverse. We can talk more about Marvel's Daredevil if you'd like us to. We're basically out of time for tonight because it's a quick video. Like and subscribe for more content. Hit the bell button for notifications. We will see you next time.
Bye, dumpster.